Bhagavad-Gītā class. So today we will be discussing from Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā as it is chapter 18, text number 12. 18th chapter, 12th sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya na tu sannyāsinām kvacit. Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya na tu sannyāsinām kvacit. Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya na tu sannyāsinām kvacit.
aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca
Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca
tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam
tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam
atyāgināṁ pretya
bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya
na tu
sannyāsinām kvacit. Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya sannyāsinām kvacit. Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya sannyāsinām kvacit.
Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca
Aniṣṭam iṣṭam miśram ca
tri-vidhaṁ
tri-vidhaṁ karmaṇaḥ phalam
bhavati atyāgināṁ pretya
na tu sannyāsinām kvacit. Word meaning aniṣṭam, leading to hell. Iṣṭam, leading to heaven. Miśram, mixer. Cha, and tri-vidhaṁ, of three kinds. Karmaṇaḥ, of work. Phalam, the result. Bhavati, comes. Atyāgināṁ, for those who are not renounced. Pretya, after death. Na, not. Tu, but. Sannyāsinām, for the renounced order. Kvacit, at any time. Translation purport means divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: for one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Purport: a person in Krishna consciousness acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. Therefore, he does not have to enjoy or suffer the results of his acts after death. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-chalakshakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Prabhupada Tadandishtam Vande Sri Guru Sri Udakadamalam Sri Gurin Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sahajavam Saha Raghunatham Vidantam Sajivam साकेतं सावधूतं परिसंसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सनगतान् श्रीदाभिषेकान् नमस्ते। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā, chapter 18, the perfection of renunciation, and the text is 12. So last few classes we were discussing about renunciation. So what is actual renunciation, like that we are discussing. So here if we see the context actually, so Arjuna was asking Lord Krishna whether he needs to completely give up the action or whether he needs to give up the fruits of his action. So this was the question raised by Arjuna. So when we hear this question, we can understand that actually he is very specific actually how we should act, because whatever actions we do will create some reactions or karma. So it is not possible for us to do without any action. Like we need to eat, we need to sleep, we need to do something like that. So inaction is impossible for us. So the only possibility is to offer the fruits of the action. So either we can enjoy the fruits of the action or we can give up the results of the fruits of the action. There are two options are always there. So when we enjoy the fruits of our action, then automatically we are responsible for the effects of the action. Maybe we'll get good results or maybe we get bad results. So the reactions will happen. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So in that way, so whenever we do some action, the reaction is there. But when we offer the results of the action to the Supreme Lord, then there is no reaction. This is what Bhagavad-Gītā says. So then a question may arise in our own mind actually, how I can offer my results to Lord Krishna. We may think that if somebody is a brahmachari, then he can do everything for Krishna's pleasure. Like he wakes up in the morning, he does Mangalarati in the temple, then he chants, then after that he hears Srimad Bhagavatam class, then after that he'll go for some book distribution or some seva. So everything is directly connected with Lord Krishna, if you see. But for us who are, most of us are householders, so how this is practical? Some we may think that it's not possible for all of us. But here what Krishna tells is that whatever action we do, the results should be offered to him. When we think that I am the enjoyer, then actually we are the sufferer. When we think that actually Krishna is the enjoyer, then we won't suffer. That's what actually Bhagavad-Gītā says. So whenever we think that actually whenever I do something, then the results may come. So when I try to enjoy the results again, I am making another action there, which will again bind me to another reaction like that. So it happens like a cycle. So what here Lord Krishna tells is that actually, so we have to offer the results to Lord Krishna for his pleasure. That's what Bhagavad-Gītā says. That is the whole idea of Bhakti Yoga. So whatever we do, just we offer it to Lord Krishna. That's what Lord Krishna is telling. So if you see the last sloka, it is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. So that's what actually last sloka we discussed actually. This is Krishna Sai Prabhu explained us. So in that way, so we have to renounce the fruits of the action. It's not that actually I should completely negate the action. It's not possible. So like if you see that maybe suddenly some people may come to spirituality. So suddenly when they enter Bhakti Yoga, so they may feel that chanting is nice, reading is nice. So maybe it's good to be in temple. I'll get a nice prasadam also. So we may think that actually it's better. Why I need to go and work outside and do hard work. So maybe initially one will get the taste of a bhakti, but to sustain it's difficult actually. So maybe one actually when he's not that much mature, he may think that let me give up the job and let me join the ashram. So later on, maybe he will join the ashram, but if he is not fixed, if he has not fixed his consciousness on Krishna, then he can see many problems over there also. So what actually makes a matter is that actually our consciousness. Even if somebody is working outside, somebody is serving the Lord 24 hours. If our consciousness is fixed on Krishna, then we are not disturbed actually. So that's what actually Krishna consciousness teaches. So that's what Srila Prabhupada also actually tells us actually, like one cannot judge a person by his external appearance. Like maybe one can wear nice dhoti kurta and everything, but what matters is his thoughts actually. Even one can speak many nice words by sitting here. I can speak many things. It's easy to speak, but difficult to act generally. You see, so we can actually like share many things. So we can act also, but thoughts are being controlled by whom? We only know what I am thinking. Nobody can judge our thoughts actually. Only Krishna and ourselves can know what we are thinking. So thoughts matters actually. So wherever our thoughts go, that only will act as our words and actions actually. If our thoughts are pure, automatically our words and actions will automatically become pure. So Krishna consciousness means actually how to make our thoughts pure. That's what Krishna consciousness teaches us. So when somebody purifies his thoughts through that way, then he is really situated in Krishna consciousness. So in that case, that's what Srila Prabhupada tells actually. Like, so somebody may be a grihastha working outside, and somebody may be a brahmachari or sannyasi who is serving the temple. But what matters is consciousness. How much he is thinking of Krishna, how much he is trying to please Krishna, how much he is trying to satisfy Krishna. Actually, that matters actually. So that's what actually Bhakti Yoga also teaches us actually. We can understand very easily, like somebody may tell that Bhagavad-Gītā is not practical. It's been explained these many years before. So it's for yogis or some people like that. But actually we can, just if we think logically, we can understand that what Arjuna did after hearing Bhagavad-Gītā, he did his duties. No, actually he didn't abstain from duties. He did his duties perfectly. Before hearing Bhagavad-Gītā, he was thinking that I should do my duty for my satisfaction. So if I do my duty for my satisfaction, then automatically there will be like nashta and moha, like there will be gain and loss. But if we do the duty for satisfaction of Lord Krishna, then automatically what will happen? So whatever we do, it will be for eternal benefit of myself and for all others actually. So really Krishna consciousness is the real welfare work, because whatever we do, it will help us help others also to realize Lord Krishna. So coming to this sloka, today's sloka, so here it is mentioned, for one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. So here three things are mentioned here. For those who are not properly renounced, then one is the action has always results. Whatever action we do, there will be result actually. So one is desirable, next is undesirable, and third is mixed. So three actions will happen. So whenever we do some action, sometimes the results will come according to our desires. So we will be happy. Sometimes it will be undesirable. So we will be sad or frustrated. And sometimes it will be mixed. Mixed means we will be not happy, not sad, like that condition. So just we can take an example to understand what here Lord Krishna mentions here. We can take an example. If somebody is writing some exam, two people are appearing for an exam. So both of them wrote the exam. So like this, when the exam, after writing the exam, three results can come. So one is desirable. What is the desirable result? I will become the first ranker. I will get the first rank. Then it is desirable result. And undesirable result is that I failed the exam. That we don't want actually. And mixed result is that I will pass, the second person will pass, but the second person will come first and I will become second. So that is mixed actually. I am not completely satisfied. So in this way, like even after death also, like based on our actions, we will get all these like these three results actually. So desirable means actually like one can get a birth in heavenly planets actually. He can go and take birth in heavenly planets. So even though that is desirable, it is not ultimately beneficial, because even if one takes birth in a heavenly planet, after once his lifetime is over, then he has to come back again to the earth actually. Because so in the same way, the next is undesirable. One may go to hellish planets actually based on his actions that he doesn't like actually. So he has to suffer there. And mixer means maybe he'll get a birth again in the earthly planet again. So that is the third option he is giving. So if you see in these three things, one thing is common. Again, we have to take birth, then there is disease, old age, and death. These things are common in all these three places. When we do the action without any renunciation, when we do all these things, then again we have to take birth again. So here, so one who is intelligent, he will understand that actually, like how I need to work in such a way that actually I am not entangled by the reactions of the work. So that should be the motive of a person. So how I can work in such a way that actually I won't get like any negative reactions like that. That is the whole idea in which he should work. So here, but those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Because those who are in renounced order of life means actually, because he is doing everything for the satisfaction of Lord Krishna, so automatically what will happen? So he doesn't have to take birth again to suffer the results or enjoy the results actually. So when we discuss all these things, then how it is possible for us to be in that mental state that whatever we do, it should be offered to Lord Krishna. So it's not easy. Like we can theoretically tell that actually whatever actions I do, I should offer it to Lord Krishna like that. So how it is possible that whatever actions which we do, it should be done for the satisfaction or the pleasure of Lord Krishna. So that thought has to be actually like engraved in our mind actually. So it is not possible by just overnight. It's not possible because we have taken many millions of birth. The reason for our to take birth in this material world is due to ours being actually because we don't want to like appreciate or we don't want to give the recognition to Lord Krishna. We thought that why I should worship Lord Krishna? Let me be worshipped or let me enjoy. So in that thought, because when that thought came, we came to this material world, and after that we have taken millions of birth now. So still we want to enjoy separately from Lord Krishna. That separatism from Lord Krishna is the cause for all our suffering. So it's not possible for us to suddenly change our mindset that from today onwards I will do everything. Whatever my thoughts, actions, or words will be in according to the instructions of Bhagavad-Gītā. If you think in such a way, it's not easy to change overnight actually. So everything needs a practice. Whatever we do in our life. So that practice is possible when we read Shastras actually. Because when our intelligence is fixed, then only we can act properly. Until unless our intelligence is not fixed, then we will act according to our own mind actually. So that's why even we can understand that actually it's very important to read scriptures or Shastras. Otherwise we will act according to our mind. So even Shastras gives a nice example like there is mind and there is intelligence actually. So mind is like a child and intelligence is like a mother. Okay, we can take an example. Mind is like a child and intelligence is like a mother. So what actually should happen? Mother should instruct the child or intelligence should instruct the mind. But what generally happens is, in our cases, actually ulta, like opposite it happens. So generally we see that actually we can take an example like if the child is suffering from some fever or some throat pain, then the child goes with mother outside and he went to a supermarket and he's asking that I need ice cream like that. He's crying and like that, actually shouting. Then automatically mother can do two things actually. If the mother is really intelligent, what she will do? She will tell that actually now you should not take. If you take more ice cream, then you will get more fever and will be hospitalized and will have many health issues. So she will abstain him from taking the ice cream, and somewhere else she will convince. But in the other case, if mother is too much sentimental about his kid, what will happen is that automatically that kid is crying. Oh, my kid is crying. He is shouting. So I am feeling so much pain. So let me give 1 or 2 ice creams to him. So in that way, if the mother supports the child, what will happen to the child? Again, his health will get deteriorated and he'll have to meet with some diseases and everything. In the same way, our mind always craves for some things. Actually, whenever we go out, when we see some billboards or something like that, immediately our mind will tell you go there, you take something, you purchase this thing, you get this thing, like that. Automatically, mind will give many things to us. So the problem is that actually, if our intelligence is not strong, the mind will automatically listen. Intelligence will automatically listen to the mind. So what will happen then? It is, if our mind will tell us to do this thing, we'll do that thing, and ultimately we won't get the happiness, we'll get suffering more. Because we are trusting our own mind for many millions of lifetimes, and we haven't experienced any happiness till now. So until unless actually the mind is a servant of intelligence, then only we can listen to that mind. Otherwise, that mind will become our enemy. Like Bandhuratmanastas Tasya, like in one sloka it's telling, no? Like mind can be our enemy or mind can be our own friend actually. When mind will become our friend? When it listens according to the intelligence, that intelligence which is sharpened by Shastras, not mere material intelligence. When mind will become an enemy, when it acts according to its own whims, then the mind will become our enemy. So that's why actually we have Srila Prabhu has given these many literatures, because until unless our mind is not convinced and satisfied, we will listen to our own mind instead of intelligence actually. So that's why even if we may be chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we'll be associating with devotees, we actually, even if our intention is sincere, then also sometimes, most of the times, we will fall to the mind's cravings. So that is the one practical thing happening actually. Because yesterday one devotee called me and he was just sharing me like that. He was telling like I was trying to control my mind many times, but it's not possible. Because whenever I hear some lectures and classes, I can know that actually my mind should not do this way, that way. But when situation arises, automatically mind will go. Especially like we have mobile phones with us. So we may open the mobile phone to see something spiritual, but ultimately we'll end up in something material. We all have that experience. Because sometimes we just click here and there and we go like that actually, and we don't know that maybe time 2 or 3 hours might have passed actually. So the problem is happening is that he's telling that I know that actually I should not do in such a way, but when the situation arises, my mind is not, I'm not able to practically apply the instructions which I have heard and listened. So that is the thing which actually really challenging me. So that's why I'm not, I'm trying to do like sadhana bhakti, still I'm not able to advance more. So I'm losing my confidence, like that he told actually. So it's a very valid question, because we can understand that actually like these things, it's practically we are all facing all these things. The problem is that actually when craving or when some situations comes, when automatically when we are opening the mobile phone and when automatically when the thought comes that I should divert my mind from to something else, so immediately there is a choice coming in our mind. I can click this website and go there, or I cannot click that website or go. That option will come in our own mind actually. Whenever we do some bad things, automatically one like in our mind we can see that actually 2 options will come, whether I should do or not do. It's not that actually somebody is pressurizing us to do it actually. Always that 2 options will come. So the decision which we will take will be based on our intelligence actually. If intelligence is sharp, then intelligence will convince the mind that you should not do this thing, because if you do this thing, then you will end up in suffering. But if intelligence is not convinced, then automatically what will happen? Mind will tell, oh intelligence, you just you're always telling some reasons. Better you take some rest. Let me go and enjoy and coming back. Like that, mind will fool us actually, befool us. So in that way, mind will act in such a way. So the thing which we should understand is that whenever some craving happens, so we should be having the determination to say no to those things and tell yes to Krishna. So that is the real examination which happens to all of us. So if you are not able to tell yes to Krishna and no to the material energy, then we will end up in suffering. So that's why we need the association of devotees who are sincerely following Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā in their own life. They are determined, and when we hear from them and those who are sincerely practicing, so when we hear from them and when we follow in their footsteps, then only we can practice Bhakti Yoga that way. Otherwise, what will happen is that if you are not taking a note of our control of our thoughts, then thoughts can travel very fast actually. Like even if you are sitting here in Gita Center, we can reach maybe America or Canada, somewhere we can go because thoughts will go in such a way, fast way. So the only way is that actually we need to make the mind listen to our intelligence. So for that actually what is the what we can do actually. So one thing is that we should endeavor from our own side, and next is to depend on Lord Krishna's and Guru's and devotees' mercy actually. Two things which we can do. One thing is our own hand actually, like that. We tell no, half portion from my side and half portion from Lord's side actually. We generally tell no, like so that 50-50 should be there actually at least. Like I should endeavor from my side actually. I should try to do my sadhana properly. And I should try to remember Lord Krishna by reading literatures, or whenever I get a free time, I have two options: whether I can think about Lord Krishna or do some devotional activities, or I can do some material activities also. So we should try to act in such a way that actually that I want to be Krishna conscious. So when we take one step like that, then Krishna will help us with 10 steps here. Because in Lord Krishna himself says, "Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvam dadami buddhi yogantam enamam upayantite." No, actually, like Krishna, when one tries to always remember Lord Krishna and try to serve him, Lord Krishna will give him such a intelligence so that he can return back to him. Actually. So Krishna will help us, but are we helping us to come out of that? Actually, that is the real question we can see here. So this happens when we try to sincerely practice the instructions which we read and which we hear. Because generally the tendency is that actually when we read some books or when we hear something, we may hear it for some time, but we won't try to apply it actually. So whenever we hear some things, so we should just, or read some things, we should just think of that, how I can apply these things in my life. So like we call mananam or contemplation, like how we can apply these things in my life. Like so like that actually. So maybe we can just whenever we read some Bhagavad-Gītā slokas, or when we hear some lectures, or when we get some good points, we should try to meditate on those good points and try to apply it. So when we try to act in such a way, then we can get the results. Like it's not like that actually. Bhakti is something like automatic actually. Like when we hear some classes, when we chant, automatically we can become a devotee. So we should be conscious of our thoughts, words and actions. Then only we can become sincerely pure devotee that way. So that's what actually here Krishna also tells us actually here. So here it's mentioned, a person in Krishna consciousness acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. So when that knowledge will come, that acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna, that knowledge will come only when we read Shastras actually. So until and unless we doesn't read Shastras, we may think that I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor, everything belongs to me. So in that way we will act. So when we read Shastras, then what will happen? I will just try to understand my actual position and who is Lord Krishna, what is my relationship with Krishna. So when we understand that portion, then we will try to act on that portion. So when we act in such a way, then we'll actually progress in bhakti. That is very important actually. So one who is acting in such a way, he is already liberated actually. That's what actually Lord Krishna himself says. It doesn't mean that actually we have to go to Golok Vrindavana to become liberated. Because even in one of the slokas in I think Srimad Bhagavad, ihasya hare dāsa karmaṇaḥ manasa gira nikhilasya avastastu jivan muktasya uchyate. Actually it's mentioned ihasya hare dāsa, one who understands, one who realizes that hare dāsa, one who is a servant of Krishna, one who is acting according to his mind, intelligence and words, one who is acting in such a way to please Lord Krishna, he is already jivan mukta, he is already liberated even though he is in material world. That's what Lord Krishna himself explains in Bhagavad-Gītā. So like it doesn't mean that actually bhakti yoga means the result will come only when we go to spiritual world. The results will happen whenever we practice bhakti. That results will happen in our life. We can experience that peacefulness, we can experience that satisfaction of mind, we can be blissful actually. That experience will come when we practice bhakti sincerely. So in that way, when we try to sincerely practice the instructions which Lord Krishna gives through his representatives, then we will have the real effect actually. So then how we can practice those instructions, that is very important. So that instructions will come as through Shastras, like we have three things like Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, we can know actually. So that Guru means spiritual masters and there are two types of gurus. One is initiating spiritual master, which is known as Diksha Guru, and another is instructing spiritual masters, who is Siksha Guru. So actually, one who is a real Siksha Guru, he should speak according to what Diksha Guru gives us the instructions. Actually, that's what actually Siksha Guru means. So one can have one Diksha Guru, but he can have unlimited Siksha Gurus, because these Siksha Gurus will guide us to the instructions of Diksha Guru, like that way. And we can Guru. Then next is Sadhu. Sadhu means saintly people, devotees, all others actually, those who help us to remember of Lord Krishna. And third is Shastras, which is scriptures. So when we live our life according to Guru, Sadhu and Shastras, then we are fixed in Krishna consciousness. So that is the thing. When whatever decisions which we make in our own life, that should be based on Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. That's what we say, because that is the barometer on which our spiritual life will advance. In the same way, we can understand. So devotee association will give, actually, what is the advantage of devotee association, being associating with devotees? Because when we associate with devotees, our faith in Guru, Sadhu and Shastras will increase actually. Like that is the beauty of devotee association. So when we associate with devotees, we can see many good things in many other devotees, we'll appreciate them. So automatically we'll have the desire to acquire all those good qualities. So when we share some things, when we take some guidance from them, and in that way, automatically when we associate, then we'll have that taste for doing bhakti more and more. Because if you are not in association, automatically what will happen is that we'll get slack in our own bhakti process. Even we can have our own experience. If we are not attending one or two programs in a month, then automatically our sadhana and everything will go down. But when we associate with devotees, actually, automatically it will help us to elevate all the consciousness and help us to improve our sadhana actually. So actually we can understand in bhakti one thing: we are not the doer actually. We are just becoming a humble instrument in the hands of Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada and devotees actually. So we should be always grateful to the devotees actually, because today I read one of the messages actually, so I just thought of gratitude, because we have a group in our college, WhatsApp group. So one of our batchmates actually, he was a junior to me. So he just today morning he posted actually, on this day, on January 26, like that, on 2008, I came to Taikat temple and I purchased Japamala and started chanting Hare Krishna Mantra in 2008, like that he shared actually. So after sharing this thing, so he was expressing his wholehearted gratitude to all devotees. What he was telling is that actually, so by the mercy and association of those devotees, still I am in ISKCON, I am able to serve and I am able to be trying to be a servant in ISKCON. So he was just the intention is not that actually I am also a devotee now. I became a devotee in 2008. I am still continuing my Krishna consciousness nicely. It was not his intention actually. What he expressed is that his gratitude and humility. So he was expressing all thanks to all the devotees who he has helped on the way, all his Siksha Gurus and temple presidents, and whoever devotees has helped us in Krishna consciousness. So the easiest way to advance in Krishna consciousness is to express our gratitude to devotees actually. That gratitude will be there initially in our own heart, but gradually when we come in the moment, due to the familiarity which breeds contempt, automatically we will lose that attitude of gratitude. So whoever is actually always grateful, he can always see the hand of Lord Krishna in every situation. That's what actually even Acharya says actually. So these two things are very important: humility and gratitude. Because once we are humble, if we are in a humble mode, then we can see we will be grateful to others. When we are not in humble mode, then automatically what we think is that everything should be served to me. I am not the servant, I am the master, like that the thought will come. So when one is in a humble state of mind, automatically he will have that attitude of gratitude to all devotees. That's why actually even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave us that example. Actually, Trinadavi Sunijena, Tarodapi Sahishmana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadahari. So who can chant or who can remember the Lord Krishna 24 hours a day? So for those we need these qualities like Trinadavi Sunijena. So he's telling that we should be humble like a straw of grass actually. Like we can see that actually a straw of grass, when we walk across a straw of grass, actually we are actually many thousands of people is stepping over the grass, actually straw. Still what will happen? It doesn't resist, it will come back again actually to its normal state. So whatever may happen in our own life, maybe we are in when we are in devotional service, so somebody may chastise us actually, or somebody may appreciate us. Then also we should be equipoised actually, because the thing is that actually we have come here to practice bhakti and along with devotees, so that it will please Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. So in that way, and next is to be thoroughly sahishnuna. We should be tolerant like a tree, because tree is very tolerant actually, because it is what tree is doing actually is like tree is the ever well wisher for everyone, because we can see the life of a tree, like it is staying as it is during a hot summer or during a winter. It is giving shelter to all of us, and ultimately what we are doing is that actually when the tree is of no use, we are cutting it and we are using it for other purposes, for making doors and furnitures. The tree itself is a symbol of sacrifice actually. You can see that actually his own life is given to everyone. He is sacrificing everything. So one should be tolerant like a tree actually. Amanina Manadena Kirtini Sadari. Next is telling like Amanina Manadena. We should not expect any respect from others, but we should be always ready to offer respect to others actually. Because when we expect respect from others, automatically we are expecting a disaster. Because the problem is that we are expecting respect, but it's not necessary that everyone should respect us actually. But if we are ready to offer respects to others, then automatically we are in a good mood, because offering respects is very easy. We can, whenever we see devotees, we offer Hare Krishna. So whenever you offer respects to others, automatically what will happen is that Krishna is pleased actually, because that devotee is always offering respects to all devotees, and he is seeing everyone as a devotee of Lord Krishna. So in that way, so when we offer respects to others, it will be easy for us to practice Krishna consciousness. Whenever we demand some respect from others, automatically it will create a havoc, because demanding respect is not our thing, because respect will come automatically when we offer respect to others. If we see when somebody is respecting others, automatically respect will come as an as a guest, an unknown guest will come actually. So we should not expect any respects from others actually. When we offer respects to others, automatically respect will come. We are not here to get any respects actually. So all respect should go to whom? To Lord Krishna actually. You see. So we should facilitate each other's for each other's devotion. Whenever we come here, we get together and we do services together. So all our intention should be in such a way that actually we are helping each other's Krishna consciousness in such a way, so that we all can, at the end of the day, we all can remember Lord Krishna happily, and we can serve each other in a cooperative spirit. That is the intention of all things actually. So even if actually we can see that actually in Srila Prabhupada also give instruction to disciples. So one of the disciples asked Srila Prabhupada, what will please you the most? So somebody was thinking that Prabhupada will tell that, actually somebody will tell that because if somebody will distribute more books, then Prabhupada will please. Somebody thought that actually Prabhupada will give that answer. Or somebody thought that if I go to some different places and open some preaching centers, that will please Srila Prabhupada. So everyone was expecting different answers actually. Or if I build some nice temple, then Prabhupada will be happy. Or if I make some more Sankirtan parties and distribute more books, that will make please Srila Prabhupada happy. So, but Srila Prabhupada gave one very nice answer actually. So that answer, even spiritual masters also used to always meditate and try to apply in their lives. So, so what he gave is that actually what he gave the answer is that actually he was telling. So if you really want to please me, then you should serve me in a cooperative manner, actually, in cooperative spirit. So in that way he gave the answer actually. So what he mentions is that actually, so here it is clearly mentioning how you please me depends on how much you cooperate each other to serve this mission. Actually, that's what Prabhupada gave. So Srila Prabhupada has given this moment of ISKCON to us. So even though Prabhupada is not here physically, but what he has given is that actually he has given all his instructions in his books. He has given wonderful temples. So we have given wonderful devotees, prasadam, wonderful dham, everything he has given. So what we can do is that actually we should maintain that actually. So how we can maintain that, all those gifts which Srila Prabhupada has given, when we serve the movement in such a way, in a mode of cooperation. Not that actually like let me become a devotee and others not become a devotee. We should work in such a way, in a conjoined way, in cooperative spirit, in such a way that actually it will help everyone to advance in Krishna consciousness. That will make Krishna also happy. That will make Srila Prabhupada also happy. So whenever we come into satsang, we should be in a mood to serve each other. How we can get some service? We should hanker for some services also. Like how I can do some services, how I can assist something. In such a mood, if we come and do some services, at the end of the day, we will be satisfied. I have did something for Lord Krishna or for devotees. So that's what Srila Prabhupada always tells us. Whenever we come here, we can do many things like that. If some comes early, then he can do some pre-cleaning, like that. We have some cleaning of the car, or we can arrange all these things, or we can help in cutting the sabjis, vegetable cutting. We can help, or after the program also we can have serve prasadam. We can make some arrangements, cooking especially, or after post cleaning. So we have many types of services happening here. So you all are welcome. You can choose whatever time you want to come, and you can assist in all these services. Because only by doing the services we can taste the nectar of Krishna consciousness actually. Because when we come here, we can just hear classes and we can go also. That is also good. But if we want to deep dive into the ocean of Krishna consciousness and experience the bliss, then we should do the services. So because that's why actually we can see that even like Srila Prabhupada's disciples, even they are 75 plus, even 75 plus, even they are traveling to different places and preaching. Because by doing the services, they are getting the more happiness, if you see. So we can examine in our own lives. When we do more service, we will be getting more pressure in our own life. So that should be the goal actually. That should be the goal of our movement, to please each other by doing services in a cooperative manner. So in that way, when we apply all this knowledge in that way, then we will get the realizations in our own life. As it is mentioned here, a person in Krishna consciousness acting knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. So when we apply all those things and serve nicely, then we can go to that liberated platform. That's what actually Krishna mentions here. So what is the benefit of acting in such a way? Therefore, he does not have to enjoy or suffer the results of his actions after death. So even after death, he doesn't have to take birth again in this material world, where we need to again suffer everything like that actually. So that's what actually here Krishna, Srila Prabhupada mentions in his purport. So one who acts in Krishna consciousness, he doesn't have to take birth again. Because taking birth again in this material world means again we need to go through many sufferings actually, like that actually. Because we can see everyone is suffering actually. Nobody can tell that he is happy always. Somehow or other we will be suffering. Maybe we will be suffering due to our own mind, or we will be suffering due to others, or we will be suffering due to other material like circumstances. Actually, we can see there is three types of sufferings are there. Adhyatmika, Adi Bhaudika, and Adi Daivika. Three things of suffering is there. So Adhyatmika, Adi Bhaudika, Adi Daivika. Adhyatmika means suffering due to our own mind. Sometimes our mind will create many mental depressions to us actually. Due to our own mind sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's distressed like that. Then Adi Bhaudika, due to other living entities like that. No, like due to even coronavirus is an example for that actually. Due to other living entities, we suffered like anything. Like if we want to go outside also, we couldn't go outside. No, actually. So we can understand that actually we are not a controller. Actually, we are not at all a controller. We can just get it has improved due to this coronavirus actually. Then Adi Bhaudika, due to material energy like that. No, sometimes it is famine, or there is some, we can see too much drought or everything will happen. Like in Los Angeles we can see that fire is happening. So we can understand that actually everything won't happen according to our own plan. Everything is happening according to the divine plan of Lord Krishna. So when we act according to his plan, then we will be happy. Whenever we think that actually let me act according to my plan, then I am going to suffer actually. So that's what actually Bhagavad-Gītā also always tells us actually. So we should act in such a way to please Lord Krishna. Actually, if we act in such a way to please Lord Krishna, then then we are not affected by the results. Actually, whatever profit we may get or whatever loss we may get, at the end of the day we are thinking that I have acted in such a way to please Lord Krishna. But if we are acting in such a way to get the results, then we will be suffering, because sometimes according to our karma things may go well. We'll get a promotion or something like that. But sometimes it may happen that actually we won't get promoted also. But we can think that actually, okay, I have put my effort nicely, but now Krishna wants me to be in the same position so that I can continue my bhakti nicely. Because if I get promotion, then automatically then I'll go to some other place, I'll get more responsibilities, then it will make my Krishna person get affected also. So in that way, we can understand here that whatever actions may happen, it is happening according to our karma and according to Lord Krishna's plan actually. So when we understand that single point, then we can advance nicely in Krishna consciousness. So the whole intention of this movement is that actually we should act, speak, and we should think in such a way to always please Lord Krishna. That is the whole intent of this movement. And then how we can do all these things, how we can always think of Lord Krishna, that is by chanting Krishna's names constantly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So how much we try to chant more Lord Krishna's names, how that much will we get associated with Lord Krishna. So whenever we try to chant, like like many are chanting 16 rounds, some are chanting 8 rounds. It's not like that actually we should chant only this many rounds. So whenever we get time, whenever we are off time in the office also, we can just chant in mind Hare Krishna mantra. So whenever we try to chant Krishna's names constantly, we are getting associated with Lord Krishna. And that is one thing. And next thing is that actually we should clear all our doubts by reading Shastras and by taking association of devotees, and to take an association. Especially we should come to a level to take an initiation from a bona fide spiritual master and try to serve him and ask his questions and try to serve him and please him. That is the ultimate thing for our perfection in the spiritual life actually. So this is what actually I just want to explain. I thought everyone could understand something from all these things. Marcia, you want to add? Next.
Then, as you said, we have to act according to Krishna's plan.
Yeah.
Krishna's plan.
Krishna's instructions. Yeah, in such a way.
Actually, is what is written in Bhagavad-Gītā, or whatever is happening to us is Krishna's.
Okay. So actually, whatever is happening to us is according to our karma. Actually, whatever karma we have done, according to that only we are getting the results. And ultimately, Krishna is the controller also. In that way also, it is happening according to his divine will only. But actually what it means is that actually what you told in the first way, we should act in such a way according to these instructions. So instructions will come through Krishna, through Shastras and through spiritual masters and through devotees also. So we should be open to hear the instructions coming through different ways actually. Krishna will help us through Paramatma also, like he is sitting in our own heart. So sometimes he will give us some instructions actually. So in that way. But whenever the instructions comes in our own mind, we should consult with Guru, Sadhu and Shastras, because mind will give many instructions to us. So how we can know that actually it is proper or not? So when we consult with Shastras, when we consult with devotees, and when we consult with Guru, then we can only understand whether the instructions which mind is giving is correct or not, in that way. So the best way is to follow the instructions given in Bhagavad-Gītā, and the devotees who are sincerely following Lord Krishna, he will give instructions according to Bhagavad-Gītā only. So in that way. So they are representatives of Lord Krishna. So the best way is to follow the instructions of Bhagavad-Gītā, and whatever instructions which we are getting, we can just correlate with Bhagavad-Gītā also, so that it is correct or not. That is also our, because we are not blind followers actually. Not like that actually. We just came here. We should blindly follow everything whatever somebody is telling. So we can just verify it by reading Bhagavad-Gītā also. Whatever Shastras has given is coming from Lord Krishna. So we can verify it and we can apply it in our own life and we can just get the results also.
How to distinguish whether it is mind is telling and ego is telling?
How to distinguish it whether it is mind is telling and intelligence is telling? Yeah, mind. Okay, Mataji. So, so always mind will give us some things and intelligence will give us some things. So everything should be based on, we should verify it with Shastras, Mataji. That is the ultimate thing. Because intelligence will give us also some things, mind will also give us some things. So whenever some things will happen, so whether those what are the decisions which mind or intelligence is giving, whether it will help me in Krishna consciousness or not, that depends on us actually. So we should think actually whether the decisions which will happen to me, the intelligence, whatever decisions it is giving, whether it is based on Shastras, we can verify it. And another thing is that actually the decisions which I will make, whether it will help me to favorably in Krishna consciousness or it will make me unfavorable. So that we should think with our own intelligence. That intelligence will come only when we read Shastras, then we can understand. And we can take help of senior devotees also whenever some confusion happens in our own life. It's not that actually we should take decisions, because it's very difficult to take decisions in life, especially. So at that time, even some maybe it can be materially or spiritually also. So we can consult with senior devotees, so they can help us in some way. If they don't know, they can ask to others, and we can just consult even our own spiritual master also, if it is possible. It's the best way actually to consult him, and we can ask his questions. We have many spiritual masters. We can ask to anyone also. That way also.
Krishna is the ultimate controller.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening in his way.
Yes.
So, for example, but it's also our karmas. I mean, then if someone is in indulging in that activity.
Yeah.
Okay, how can, I mean, it's not that it's happening because of Krishna's
Uh-huh.
will, no?
Yes.
Krishna's controller, so
Yes.
they go
Yes.
and, murder someone.
Yes, Mataji.
So how do we answer such?
So, nice question, Mataji. So we can understand Lord has always given us the independence to act. He's not like taken our independence actually. Always independence is there for us to act. So even Bhagavad-Gītā tells Lord Krishna is Ubadrishta and Anumanta. Lord Krishna is the witness and he is the sanctioner. So sanctioner means if Jivatma wants to do something according to his own independence, Krishna will give the sanction to him. It's not that Krishna is forcing us to kill somebody else. If somebody is having a desire that I should kill somebody and is thinking in such a way, although Krishna is giving him actually as Paramatma, he is always guiding him. You should not do this thing. But automatically, because of his own sinful desires, which he has created, he is doing the act actually. So the independence is always there for us to act in proper way or improper way. So if the Jivatma wants to act in such an improper way also, Krishna doesn't going to interfere in his independence actually. Because if he interferes in his independence, there is no meaning for the Jivatma to act out of love. If you want to act out of love, there is always a choice whether we need to follow Krishna's instructions or whether we need to follow my instructions actually. So when we completely follow Krishna's instructions according to my will, then it is acting out of love. If we are not following his instructions, or if Krishna wants to actually control us, then automatically there is no question of love happening. It is like a slavery. No, so Krishna doesn't want us to become his slave. Krishna wants us to become his pure devotee out of pure love. So when somebody understands this, actually what is beneficial for me, and even after understanding those things correctly, if somebody is acting according to his own mind, then Krishna will give him the permission to act according to his way actually. So actually in that way, Krishna is not actually forcing him to act in sinful way. It is actually the desire of the Jivatma to act in such a way, and Krishna is giving the sanction. Okay, then you act in such a way, then gradually when you get something reaction, then you will come to me, like that actually. In that way, he's teaching us actually. That way you can, for an example like that, we can see we have red lights in the traffic jam. So we have a tendency to cross the red lights generally. So what will happen is that actually somebody will be crossing the red lights frequently. Then ultimately that from like that Parivahan website will get a notice, will get a fine. So when we get the fine, then automatically what we will do is that actually what we will do, then automatically we will follow the traffic rules nicely. Similarly, that sinful tendency is there in our own mind. So when we act according to sinful tendencies, then automatically when we get the reactions, then we will understand that actually, oh, I should have listened to Lord Krishna's instructions. So in that way, we can understand these things, Mataji. Is it clear, Mataji, the answer? Yes, Mataji. So we should always understand that way. Krishna is not asking us, Krishna is not telling us to kill somebody or tell some bad things. So everything we are doing is acting according to our own whims, due to our sinful tendencies. But Krishna is coming to help us through devotees. Like we have Gita Yoga Center, we have Srila Prabhupada books. So Krishna wants all of the Jivatmas to come back to Bhagavad-Gītā. But it is who we have turned our face against Lord Krishna. So he is always helping us through books, through his instructions, through his devotees, always helping us. So it depends on us to take shelter of him or not. The independence is always given to us. Because we have misused that independence in the Bhagavad-Gītā. So that's why we take birth in this material world actually. So here it is like a reformation place for us as a jail. So in this place we need to reform us. So that's what actually Shastras also is telling. So you can tell him in such a way, you can just guide him that actually Krishna is not doing. In actually for every action the cause of the doer is our own selves actually. Krishna will give the results according to our action, but Krishna always reminds us not to do. But it is our own mind or our own sinful tendencies which makes us to act in such a way so that I will become a murderer or I'll do something wrong. Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for that nice question. Thank you, Mataji. So I think there are no more questions. I think we can end. So always we should take shelter of Shastras, Mataji, because otherwise our mind will give n number of things. So we should read Shastras and we should try to apply it actually. We should associate with devotees as much as maximum. Because it's not easy to practice bhakti in this material world because we always are in the association of non-devotees. So we should have that determination and we should sincerely pray to Lord Krishna every morning that let me become your pure devotee. We should always try to pray and act in such a way. And whenever we get an association of devotees, we should grab the opportunity. Like when we get, like I think last week, I think there was a offer in Lulu Mall, some 50% off. There was huge traffic actually because everyone is grabbing the opportunity of Lulu Mall opportunity. So we should try to grab the opportunity of devotees because that will only help us actually. Because all these offers will, what we'll do when we go to this, all these offers, our money will get Kali. Then we have to get EMI and we'll get the credit card and we need to swipe all these things. But the permanent account will happen. Whatever we do for Lord Krishna, that will get to our permanent bank account. So we should always have that thought actually. So that thought will come only when we read Shastras, when we associate more, when we hear from them actually regularly. Then only that thought will happen. So especially like we are getting the opportunity of celebrating the Brahmotsav in the upcoming days. So we all can join. We have different sevas also happening. So we can just contact us so that we can take part in different physical services also. And you can just be a part of that Brahmotsav. And we can all come together and celebrate the Brahmotsav in a joyful manner for the pleasure of Sri Krishna. Because even in Srimad Bhagavatam also one sloka it tells actually, Etavan Janma Safilam Dehena Viha Dehishu Pranair Arthir Diya Vaja Shreyat Acharnam Tata. It's one of the slokas which Lord Krishna instructs to his Gopabalas actually, like that actually. So he is mentioning Etavan Janma Safilyam. So what is the Janma Safilya or the welfare? The best welfare activity which we can do in our own life is, what we can do is to actually act according to please Lord Krishna in such a way. Praner Arther Diya Vaja. So according to prana. So prana means according to our like mind actually. Praner Arthe according to the wealth, and Diya according to intelligence, and Vaja to words actually. So we can do in different ways actually as the festival is being approaching. So praner Arthe Diya Vaja actually. No, actually to according to words we can invite many like our new friends, our colleagues, we can invite. So according to words also we can help. Then we can do according to prana, like we can offer our own selves for this festival. We can do some physical services, that is also there. And artha, next is we can engage the wealth Lord Krishna has given us. We can engage the wealth in service of Lord Krishna. This is the best way to celebrate Brahmotsava actually. In that way we can like utilize the wealth. Diya, we can use the intelligence actually. We can use the intelligence so that we can bring more people. We can use the intelligence to serve nicely, vacha, using words also. So this is the best welfare which we can do actually. So this opportunity has been, we are getting this opportunity for this Brahmotsava, so we can do all these services during these 3 days. So we should be always, so we should try to be completely engaged in the devotional service during these 3 days. We are getting the association of 2 sannyasis, so it's a nice opportunity, like to hear from such exalted pure devotees. So it's Shastras mentions actually, like whenever we hear from such devotees, the advancement which we make is very easy. Otherwise, it may take many rounds of Hare Krishna Mantra or many dozens of or millions of services we should do. But just by hearing with rapt attention from such sincere devotees, we can easily advance in Krishna consciousness. So we have 6 or 7 lectures happening during these 3 days, and we have kirtans happening. We can nicely take darshan of Lords. We can pray to them, especially on this day, so that let me become a pure devotee of you. Like that we can offer the prayers also. So this is an offer for all of us, spiritual offer for all of us. So I request all of you to be present for this 3 days program, and especially on the day of like the last day, Sunday. So we have the special flower abhishek or pushpa abhishek which happens once in a year. So we can all join together, dancing together, chanting together for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. So we request all of you to, if possible, please try to come 3 days, if not 2 days, or at least 1 day, like especially in the evening of Brahmotsav, the main day. So we have like, I hope you might have received the invitations in the group mostly. So I request all of you to join for this blissful festival and support you with whatever possible way we can support. Hare Krishna. So actually, His Grace Sushant Prabhu wanted to come today, but some other actually Prabhu was busy with some services in the temple. So just Prabhu wanted to convey all these things to you actually. So Prabhu request all of you to be present actually. So by pleasing such devotees, we will get Krishna's mercy also. Like, and I think Prabhu has sent one message also. I just try to read it actually. Okay, so one Prabhu has sent one message. I just read it actually. So Hare Krishna, for our Brahmotsavam festival, following provisions are required to serve the devotees nicely. So he has given a list of things. So if somebody wants to offer things directly, also they can do also. Like so he has given a list. So I'll just read it actually because Prabhu want me to read. So one is, so kitchen king rice around 5 sack 50 kilos we need, because almost 7 to 8 times we are going to provide annadan to thousands or 2,000 of people. Then basmati rice around 200 kgs, or like jaggery 150 kg, then sugar 150 kg, sunflower oil 100 liters, coconut oil 100 liters, sambar paripu 100 kg, roasted rava 100 kg, ghee 40 liters, salt 40 kg, cashew 10 kg, and kadalamav besan 20 kgs. Like this, he has put a list to me. He just wanted to inform you. So you can also donate through things also. It's also welcome. Or else, if it's difficult for you to purchase, then you can just donate the Lakshmi to the account so that they can also purchase. In that way also you can help. So like, because many things are happening. Like if you come to temple, you can see like they are constructing a lift also. Then we are doing some construction work in the temple. So many expenses are happening, but we cannot, due to that, we cannot make the Brahmotsavam celebration small, because this is for the pleasure of Krishna Balaram. So we are trying to celebrate in a grand way. So in that way, you all can participate as per your Yada Shakti, as per whatever like Lord Krishna has given us, physically or financially or mentally or verbally. In that way, you can help. So we request all of you to come, and whenever you come with one new guest also. That is the one request which always he tells us actually. So Krishna Balaram wants to see you along with a new guest also. So whenever you come, you try to bring somebody new, like your colleagues or somebody from your plant, like that. You invite them. So we have the soft copy posters available. You can just share with them, and they will feel blissful actually, because this is the best time to visit our temple. Whole day kirtan will be happening. Then like we have many stalls. We have Govindas, many different kinds of prasad will be available. Then we have a stage. We have drama happening. So we have 2 sannyasis arriving. We can hear from them. So I request all of you to bring maximum new people, or old people also. You can bring them. Those who are connected with us for this festival. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We hope everyone we hope all of you to be present for the next week. So we won't be having next week satsang here. It's understood here. So we request all of you to be present actually on these 3 days if possible, from Friday evening onwards, or at least Saturday full day, Sunday full day. We have whole programs, and prasad is also there. So there is no need to think of cooking and everything. You can be there in the festival, blissfully engaged in hearing, chanting, and remembering about Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.